Hi everyone, it's Iffy here. Welcome to my channel. I am happy you're here. This is going to be an interesting conversation we're going to have today. I want to talk to you about miscarriages. Miscarriages are not necessarily the most fun topic. It's not really a topic people want to talk about or comfortable for people to talk about, right? It's kind of labeled taboo, frowned upon. It's natural. A lot of women go through it, whether or not they realize it. Miscarriages, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I myself have had 6 of them now. So, rewind just a little bit. The beginning of 2014, February, until about July 2014, I experienced 3 miscarriages, and they were roughly back to back to back. When those first 3 happened, after the first one, I got checked out. I came back full, clean bill of health. I was totally fine. It was the third one where I was like, okay, what's going on? I'm healthy. I started to ask questions. I've always been a question asker. Just, well, why? You know, if you can't make it make sense to me, I'm gonna keep questioning it. Because I didn't understand what was going on, I started searching and I, Google miscarriages, and all this information. Just one day, miscarriage and spirituality. That's what I Googled. And then I found one article that changed my whole life in that moment. This article was talking about, I'll post these things down in the description box, but the article was essentially talking about how miscarriages are spiritual. As souls, before we even incarnate as flesh and blood human beings, we set up this whole big puzzle, if you will, and part of my puzzle was for me to experience these things, to learn lessons and to evolve. That's the long story in a very short amount of time. I went through a lot of digging, a lot of soul searching. I kept questioning, I kept asking, and the more I just moved through that space, miscarriage was, I want to say April of this year, which is 2015. I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of work, a lot of putting myself back together again. I didn't understand, even with the first 3, and that's when I kind of had my spiritual epiphany, my spiritual awakening. I was seeing number sequences all over the place, and what I realized after that, number sequences were messages from our angels, our higher self, our spirit team. It was a doozy. It has been a doozy. Where I stand now, as trying as that journey was, where I stand now, they were the best gift. They such a blessing. Not only did I find myself again, isn't it funny how we have to go through literal hell and back to put ourselves back together again? I found myself, all of my psychic abilities, all of my intuitive psychic abilities activated. I started to hear my guides, my angels, my spirit team. I had no idea what was going on at first. I really thought I was schizophrenic and going insane. And then it started to calm down. Oh, this is just guidance from my higher self. I started using oracle cards. This language was a new language for me. I started taking classes on tarot. All the levels, I wanted to meet like-minded people. That was the intention to go through the classes. I learned Reiki. I am now a master teacher Reiki healer. I've been on this journey. As much as I love it and I've utilized it for myself and others, I needed questions answered. I needed to understand why this was happening. Me, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe no matter how much shit we have to go through, there is a silver lining in everything. And I was in the middle of my shitstorm, and I was desperate to find my silver lining, especially when no doctor could tell me anything. Intuitively, and just the way I am as a person, my values, I really want to appease my question asking on my own before I moved on to the next medical step. They were a blessing. They really just opened my eyes to who I am as a person. My abilities, they all activate. From that space, rewind again, started me on, I guess, my awakening journey. About 3 years prior to the miscarriages, I enrolled in holistic health and nutrition school. I wanted to learn how to heal myself after being misdiagnosed most of my life. I found out I had like 40+ different food intolerances, and this self-study obsessive search, more questions. I was having rashes, eczema, and psoriasis all over my body at all times, and I didn't know why. I had a doctor tell me that I was allergic to the sun. I'm half black, like Nigerian, like my dad is straight off the boat. I didn't buy it. He didn't even know what was wrong with me. That was the beginning of, well, he doesn't know, and he's just trying to guess himself Why can't I figure it out? I'm smart. I ended up enrolling in this holistic health and nutrition school, and I learned how to heal myself naturally. I lost like 70 plus pounds. From there, the food sensitivities, I had like 40 plus food sensitivities and intolerances and allergies all combined. And once I started to detox and clean my body, not only did I lose the weight, but spiritually, mentally, oh my gosh, the focus was like laser beam precision. Now, because obviously I'm a human being, I'm riding and ebbing the wave of it was difficult to stay on that path. I did, and I fell a lot, and I picked myself back up. I am learning how to heal myself. I also enrolled in yoga teacher training. I really am a go big or go home personality type, and I just kept peeling back layers, and then the miscarriages, whew, that was the biggest one by far. I want to talk about this because I want to bring light and awareness to this situation. I fumbled and I stumbled, and I realized I have to go through things and process them on my own to really feel out what is mine. Then I can open up and share it. And that's been my process forever. I remember feeling very confused and lost. You know, I feel guided to just share this because maybe somebody out there has experienced something like this. I'm not pregnant now. When I started this channel, I was pregnant. I ended up miscarrying, and I got off the YouTube wagon because I needed to process. I needed to figure it out and get true to myself and hone in on who I am and what I was about in that moment in order for me to move forward and truly live my life out loud so I can help people, somebody, somewhere. Maybe it's you. I just know that this is a message that needs to be. Miscarriages are not taboo. We know somebody who has experienced them or have experienced them ourselves, and not enough women are talking about this. It is considered shameful to have miscarried, and that is not right. That needs to change. It's not shameful. It happens. It's a part of life. I'm not a less person because of it. Neither are you or whoever else you know in this boat. I look at it as the bigger picture. There are so many lessons I needed to go through and learn in that space, and I needed to get clear to who I was again. I had lost myself along the way. Life just does that sometimes. And to put my husband and I on a beautiful same page. Our relationship is forever changed in the best way possible. 6 miracles. It's still, oh, I cry because you bond with your children. Even if they're not born, even if they're just a thought. When you're pregnant, when you know, you bond with them. I have love for them. I have love for the lessons they brought, and I have so much gratitude. As much as it sucked, truly is a beautiful blessing. It helped me put myself back together, skyrocketed my relationship with my husband in the most profound, beautiful way. Blessed, blessed, blessed. So please know you're not alone, and it's not a taboo, and there's nothing wrong with you. Start looking, Google miscarriages and spirituality, and see where you're drawn to. See what comes up for you, and just feel it out. Get in tune with yourself, meditate, do some soul digging and soul searching. From my experience, I know that was all a spiritual, metaphysical occurrence. It was just a wake-up call for me, but I definitely encourage you guys to do a little digging. Don't just take one answer. Don't take even 2 or 3 answers. Being women, we are intuitive. We know. Do your own research. Whatever feels strong in your gut, you're not wrong. And don't let people tell you otherwise because they don't know, or because their fear or their judgment gets in the way. You know. You will know 10 out of 10 times if you listen to yourself. So please, I urge you, from one miscarriage mother to another, trust yourself, do some digging, and keep asking questions. Just don't stop because somebody tells you something. Listen to your gut. Know that you're not alone, and there's people out there. Thank you for just listening. Thank you for being here and sharing in this space. This is kind of nerve-wracking to share all of this, but I feel like it's needed. If this resonates with you whatsoever, please subscribe to the channel down below. Come hang out with me. I am planning on posting a lot more regularly, getting in the groove. This is the first big start. So support me, please. Like, comment, Please share your experience with me because that helps me heal too. That helps me grow as a person. Share this with somebody who needs to hear this message. It's that important. I don't want anybody to feel as alone as you're not alone. You're not alone. I love you guys. Come back and join me if I do tarot readings, oracle card readings. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. Bye. Peace.